It's upsetting. It's upsetting when anyone and there's context that needs to be had in terms of this situation. Always there has to be context to it. What I quickly is talk about one incident when there's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but there's been a fallout since the event itself, and Jose Mourinho is somebody seeped into the history of this football club, the football club that you represent. You seem to give the impression that Vinicius Jr. was provoked that situation himself. As manager to manager, what did you make of his comments and the way that Benfica handled the situation?
I don't think it's manager to manager, to be honest. And again, it's context. What I would say is, regardless how a player celebrates, race should never come into it. That is an ongoing investigation. What I'm not going to do, I don't know the context of the situation.
There were discrimination issues during the game on Friday, a whole load of discrimination issues on Tuesday. And you've been speaking for a long time. I read your, unless Donald Trump, that was about 5 or 6 years ago, there's still a lot of work to do as a society. What would you like to see change going forward?
A lot of things. This is a very, very complex situation. We speak about discrimination or race or gender or anything.
There is a game on Saturday, so we do need to speak about that. Can I therefore ask about team news? And that's unfortunately that's one of the situations we're in. But can we ask about Mark Cucurella? His situation? Again,
I can't give an exact time frame on Mark. He's suffered a hamstring injury. He suffered it before half time in the Leeds game. So for me, it's a real shame because he's an outstanding player, one of the best left backs in the world. But we have Jarrell, we have Malo who can play on that side. We've got really, really good players that can cover. And the sooner he gets back, the better.
Can I ask about where we are with Cole Palmer and Reece James? The minutes have been managed over the last couple of games. At what point would you need to stop managing those minutes?
I've been asked that question a few times since I've been in. It's a really hypothetical question. It's based on day by day. How not just those two players, how each player feels. At the moment, they're both fully fit. They're both available for selection. They both trained really, really well today. And, with those two players in your team, it makes you a really, really strong team.
Yeah, and just finally for me, can I ask about this Champions League race you played before Manchester United and Liverpool? In terms of Manchester United, you have a pretty identical record in terms of the form book. Is it an advantage going first?
It's February.
Yeah.
It's February. There's plenty of time. I swear I've not even considered what time we're playing. We need to win our game. It's as simple as that. We need to do our job, and it's not going to be. It's not going to be simple. Burnley went away to Crystal Palace and won. You watch Wolves. This is a strong league. You watch Wolves yesterday in their performance, and we have to take care of our business regardless of what time we play.
Thanks. Roger?
Hi, Liam. Hi. Just on what you just mentioned there, I was going to mention that obviously we saw Wolves last night. We saw West Ham digging out results recently. We saw Burnley fight back against Crystal Palace. How much of a warning is that to all the teams above them, even yourselves at the top, about complacency and about these teams are battling for their lives?
Yeah, I don't think it's just complacency. I thought Wolves were outstanding yesterday. I watched the game. This is such a strong league now. Every team can beat everyone. That's why the league is so close in terms of points between so many teams. What we have to do is we have to focus on our own performance. We have to make sure that we prepare ourselves right. But the way I like to do it is to be consistent in our process, whether we're playing Wolves, whether we're playing Burnley tomorrow, whether we're playing Manchester City, Arsenal. Our process is the same, and it has to be that way for you to be consistent in your performance.
Burnley obviously had that result against Palace, had a disappointment in the Cup as well, made a lot of changes there. Would it be wrong to perhaps read too much into what's going on?
It's the beauty of the FA Cup. Credit to Mansfield. I know it's going to be a difficult game tomorrow, and it's as simple as that.
I was reading that your captain, Reece James, who you were talking about just now, has been chatting with John Terry quite a while. Is that something you welcome, him turning to someone who's got that experience? 100%. 100%. When you have people around the club, John is a legend of the football club. When you have people with the experiences, with the trophies that John's won and the experience he's got, it's an amazing thing for Reece to tap into, and that's a really, really positive thing. Is that something you encourage?
100%.
Other players as well?
Yeah, anyone. You can learn from anyone, but learning from people who have been there and done it is the best way.